Well, hello and welcome to I Love Gay today. And we are with Esteven Gamez, president of the Long Beach LGBTQ plus Chamber of Commerce. How are you?
Hey, Matt, how's it going? Good. How are you?
It's so good to see you. Last time I remember hanging out, you were actually visiting New York, and we had a
Yeah.
great time at lunch with
Yeah,
your
and you
partner.
you you took me out and showed me a really good time. That was fun.
And then the pandemic hit, so and then we haven't been
Yeah.
able to hang out for 2 years.
No, yeah, it's been a while. So thank you. But we could connect virtually via video. So like the wonders of technology.
And so much has progressed, and people on all fronts are much more comfortable, whether it's a Zoom video or just the way they can collaborate this way, and it's a whole new world.
I know, right? I remember it's kind of funny because right before the pandemic hit, I had gotten Zoom because I wanted to transition the board virtually so we don't have to meet in person every single time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, how am I going to get all these people to do this like new technology? And then the pandemic hit and everybody had to learn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of weird how
it's
that
the
happened.
it's the silver lining to a lot of the negativity that we all had to deal with. So,
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
but what's interesting, and one of the reasons I really wanted to talk to you on the show was just because I would say you're one of the few LGBT chamber leaders that has really kind of embraced, I think, the 21st century, where
Oh, thank you.
it's not just you're not just the networking and the education and a website with the directory. You've got all those pieces in place. The website looks great, by the way. I love
Oh,
seeing that.
thank you.
But no, yeah, I was telling you earlier, you really like, I started seeing you more and more often when you did this whole photo shoot and video shoot of your board on the beach in Long Beach, but at that lifeguard station that was all decked out. It was a full pride rainbow thing, and it was an incredible way to kind of kick things off.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as you know, as a digital marketer yourself, like branding is important, and like any type of content is important to really establish who you are in the tone and the presence and the voice.
Yeah.
And um and that's kind of how my background is marketing. I own a social media company, and so it, like this stuff is just stuff I do every day, so I don't even think
Yeah.
about it really too much. So I think the yeah, so as you said, you saw it, and I didn't think much of it just because I this is what I do. But I think from the outside perspective of seeing something fresh is nice.
Yeah. Well, no, and like you said, and the way you incorporated the video as well, and kind of like, because that's really a more modern way of approaching it. But you've also brought the video in together with something, not only, you have this shoot. I see the whole board. I get to know everybody. But then shortly thereafter, you've launched Safe Spaces Alliance,
Yeah.
and it's all about the visual, and it's all about your social media presence, and it's all about these photos and video. And so, yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, first off, I want to give props to our our LBGLCC members. We use David England Photography and Quiet Thunder Designs. We've used each of them separately on different occasions, and they always produced amazing work. So,
Yeah,
first
cool.
off, thanks to them for donating their time and their services, and producing great quality content. Uh, the more high quality your video or your photography is, the better perceived it's going to be. And it's
Yeah.
I kind of like telling the thought of like, when you first meet somebody and you have nice shoes and they see that you have nice shoes, it's like a perception of like who
Yeah.
you are, right?
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing on digital. Like, um wear nice shoes, like have a nice video, have nice photography, and you'll be remembered, hopefully.
Yeah.
Um and so yeah, so big thanks to our vendors to helping produce that content. Um and then secondly, yeah, we well, we didn't launch Safe Space Alliances. Visit Gay Long Beach, which is our tourism arm, our sister friends there,
Yeah.
they launched Safe Space Alliances, where the whole idea is to, I think, us as LGBT people, feeling safe is something that we take for granted a lot of times, because we're maybe you were in New York and I'm in LA, and sometimes it's okay to hold your loved one's hand,
Yeah.
but that's not always the case everywhere. And I'm sure this goes for you too, but like traveling is always like something that you have to subconsciously think about whether or not it's going to be okay to kiss your loved one or hold your hand. And so the symbol of the pride flag for, I think, LGBT people is very powerful. And if you see that, flying, I and you know that it's safe, that we could be gay there. And it's kind of funny because I just had a conversation about this with somebody recently, and like I didn't even think about it, that I'm like subconsciously like thinking of like what could happen if I'm not safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so that is the power of the Safe Space Alliance, and that is I think the idea behind it is having like a little pride flag sticker that you put on the front doors of your brick and mortar shop is important for to communicate that, hey, this is a safe space, and you're going to be welcomed here, and your money is welcomed here, and once again you could feel safe. And so that's
Yeah.
I believe why Visit Gay Long Beach, Angela, Ellie, and Michelle created it, and us, the Long Beach Chamber, as well as the Long Beach Center,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
partnered together to make sure that this message is being sent, and because we all kind of agree that it's extremely important.
Yeah. Well, the message is being sent and delivered because here I am on the East Coast and I see it almost every day. And I really love, like I said, it's branded well and it's visually appealing. And so every time I see that, and then seeing all the various small businesses behind it and showcasing and putting people in there too. So it's a wonderful combo.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot take credit for the campaign itself. That's controlled by Visit Gay Long Beach by Ellie and Angela and Michelle. They're the ones out there, producing a lot of the content. We're
Yeah.
just sharing it essentially,
Yeah.
and supporting it because um the chamber is, and for those of you in the audience who don't know what a chamber does, a chamber advocates for businesses, and the Long Beach LGBTQ Chamber, which we just rebranded this year to be more inclusive, to the trans community and all of the communities that
Yeah.
feel less marginalized. Uh, the Long Beach LGBTQ Chamber and all the LGBTQ chambers across the nation, the point of us is to advocate for LGBTQ plus businesses. Um, Long Beach has a history in itself of like the whole reason the chamber was created was because bar owners were being told um, not to do certain things by the police, and the police would constantly break them up. So they got together and they formed a little group,
Yeah.
and that's how Long Beach kind of got created. And so that is why that's why we're here, and we constantly advocate for businesses. In 2019, NGLCC, the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce, recognized us as the Rising Chamber, which I'm extremely honored to have been a part of. And then one of the big initiatives we had that year was with the help of Lino Gonzalez and Jonathan and Justin and Joe Mendez. We were able to make Long Beach the first city in California to recognize the LGBTQE certification. If you don't know what that is, that's a certification of your business saying that you are LGBT owned. And the reason you would want to get that, I'm sorry, Matt, if I'm just talking and talking, and
No.
please stop me. The reason why that's important is because it's important for us to have there's strength in numbers, and the more we come out to say, hey, we are gay owned and operated, um, the more power we have, or the more we have a seat at the table.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I mean, brands such as AT&T and Comcast and Hilton, they want to hire LGBT owned businesses, and if you are not certified, you are not going to be on their radar of who to hire, whether your business is a social media company like mine, or whether you produce video, or whether um, I don't know, you sell snow cones.
Yeah.
It's important to be certified so you could be recognized and that you could have a seat at the table.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well put. And that's where you guys have put an amazing organization together. And I'll be out there in September. And I'm looking
Yay.
forward very much to reconnecting with you all in the real world. It's going
Likewise.
to, and for those that don't know, I'm coming home because I grew up in that area. I was born there in Long Beach, and I
Yeah.
grew up in that area.
And I hear from a birdie you created our first website too.
I did. I remember, and it was the whole thing with the database and the directory and all that. It was our first attempt at trying to put all that out there online. But like I said, from what I saw earlier today, you guys have taken that and really run with it in a fantastic direction.
Well, I mean, I just want to say from all the people at the chamber, thank you for helping the chamber from the start. Because if it wasn't for people like you and the past presidents, like, I could not be where I'm at today. So thank you.
Like I said, we have a good thing going here, and I look forward to reconnecting. So most I'm just
Likewise.
glad you were able to kind of take a few moments of your time and share some of your story with our audience here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So,
Absolutely.
message takeaway is if you're in Long Beach, please sign the Safe Space Initiative. I will give you a link, and I don't know if
Yeah.
you want to share that with you later.
Yeah.
But then also, if you, for nationally, if you are an LGBT owned business, please get certified. Talk to your affiliate, local LGBT chamber, and get certified. It's important.
Yeah. Well, I will make sure all the links are in the YouTube version of this video. And
Cool.
like I said, thanks for being
All
here.
right. Thank you.
Take care now.
Bye.